All right. And we're back. Okay. We have finished in hell. Finally. Killed Chachi. Permanently. Now our next target is taking care of Elwyn's father. The Lich.
As if killing him once wasn't hard enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah.
We could be doing it in the middle of a hurricane.
Mm-hmm. Among other things.
That just sounds ominous.
What, my agreeing and saying among other things?
Yeah.
Alright. So, of course, we're going to take a couple of days for Philly to recover from the trauma of hell before we go after Talamh again.
Before we try and traumatize her again.
Yeah, pretty much. Poor Philly is never leaving the temple again after this.
As we said on multiple occasions.
Poor Philly. Alright, so we take a couple of days, rest, recover, really look at our spoils from our adventure in the underworld in hell. And there's a lot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I imagine a lot of this is going to be sold.
Oh yeah, most likely.
Don't particularly need a ton of...
For example, we don't need 2 6-yard bolts of cloth. But yeah.
We don't need 2 ermine coats.
Yep.
I'll start with that.
Alright, so the plan for is bust back into Talam's back into the castle and go in guns blazing.
Incorrect.
No. We have an eye. Let's look in. Like spy alert.
And didn't I say before we even started the stream, the very first order of business is to find some sort of instant communication device.
Yeah. Yes.
Did I not say that? Yes, I did.
No, I'm trying to think of what that would be in D&D.
I know Critical Role had link pearls. They have link shells in
Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14, yeah.
So,
I mean, they're sending, but I don't know sending.
And that's not necessarily instant communication.
yeah. It's one of those, we need something like cell phones, but...
Or walkie-talkies. Well, we're on an island. Shall we go ahead and say they have like shells?
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking dog, what? Oh no, that's horrifying.
What?
There's a wondrous item that you attune with. While it stalls within 5 feet of you, you can spend a short rest telling it up to 6 phrases, none of which can be more than 6 words long, and set an observable condition under which the doll speaks each phrase. You can also replace the old phrases with new. Whatever the condition, it must occur within 5 feet of the doll to make it speak. For example, whenever someone picks up the doll, it might say, "I want a piece of candy." The doll's phrases are lost when your attunement with the doll ends. No! I don't need talking dolls. Just no.
Yeah, hard pass on that. I like dolls, and that's a hard pass.
I don't hate dolls, but yeah, no.
I mean, our characters have dealt with possessed dolls.
Don't remind me.
That was fun.
Evil.
Shut up.
Okay. So we have our stuff to...
Yeah.
How much would those be a piece?
Fucking expensive.
We can afford it.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're literally rolling in.
We just broke the local economy, so I think we're fine.
Oh yeah. One, we broke the local economy. The economy is good.
The economy is fine. The royal family is fucked.
Yep.
Let's see. Alright, so first things first, we spy to figure out where this thing is.
Yep.
I'm going to say Philly spends a little bit of time studying the eye and praying over it. And one day she comes running up to the group.
I'm sorry, what?
I know how to use it!
You figured it out? That's good. Alright.
All right. So I would say cost of these would be, we're taking 8,000 gold because expensive spell
Yeah.
out for each shell that we're doing. So
Good lord. Can we get like a BOGO discount or something?
let's see. We got one for Philly, Anahita, Candy, Ayana, and Velion.
Do we really need to brief us?
Or how about the one with the scrying eye and the 2 rogues?
Okay.
Yeah, that would probably be the smartest. I mean, if we go with our plan from last time, the only thing I'll point out is while I'm in gaseous form, I'm not going to be able to use it, but if I turn back, at least I'll be able to use it. So.
Yeah.
Well, no. I think we're gonna need at least one of the party to provide a distraction.
Fair.
Yeah. Let's see. So, let's see who's the most charismatic among us.
I think I know the answer to that, but it's probably not a good thing.
Let's see. Candy has a +8. Persuasion. You have a +15.
Because I have one of the keeps.
Yep. Ayana has a +17. What the fuck?
Okay, good. I was about to say, please don't make it me, because that's going to be a problem.
And Valion has a +16. So persuasive. Also,
I have a -1.
Don't let Philly do any haggling.
Okay.
So we're doing one for whoever has the eye and
Okay, one for the lookout, one for each of the rogues,
all right.
and I'm gonna say just one to the people providing a distraction.
All right. All right. Haggling this down. Okay.
Do I want to know?
Oh my god.
Oh, she rolled. Did you look at the Dicebot channel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 34 for persuasion for haggling.
Wow.
Hold on. Let me do a little bit of research. All right. So I'm going to say that Ayana gets the shopkeeper to drop it.
I'll be right back.
Basically BOGO. So instead of paying full price for all 4, would be only paying for 2, which would be 16,000 gold.
Okay.
And which, I mean, heaven knows we have it. Alright. Me double check something. Nope.
So how's this for a conundrum? I want something to drink, but all we have is water. And I don't want water.
Yeah. I mean,
we have tea and G Fuel, but I don't want to stay up past midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
By the way, using the promo code RINKA, that's RINKA, you can get 30% off this weekend only at gfuel.com.
How do I turn the ads off? All right, so rounding that up to platinum. I'm removing it from the party funds right now. So.
Okay.
Okay. We're getting them BOGO. So
right,
only
cool.
technically only paying for 2. Alright, so now that we've got that taken care of, what was the plan to, remind me the plan to get into the...
After we check, then I can cast Greater Invisibility.
Okay.
On, Valiant. Then I can use Gaseous Form on myself. We sneak in, steal the thing, the little... I know it's not called this, but the Horcrux. Get out.
Phylactery.
Yeah. Then we get out, we destroy it. There we go! Happy days! That we can go in and kill him.
Well, if we destroy the phylactery, we won't have to kill him. Yeah. If we destroy his phylactery, he'll die.
Yeah.
That's the fun thing about...
We clean up the remaining mess in there. How's that?
Yeah.
All of this, of course, is while the fighter and the druid provide a distraction.
Yep.
And possibly the elephant, too. I mean, what's more obvious than an elephant?
Yep.
I mean, there might be more obvious things, but not much.
A dragon, for example?
Yeah.
T-Rexes are pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Do we have anybody in the party who can polymorph besides the druid?
Yes.
I was about to say, I can that.
We have a shape-shifting rat.
Oh, right. Who can specifically do dragons. And dragons only.
No, she can do any animal.
She just prefers
She just prefers dragons. As long as it is... Let me double check what I've got written down for her. As long as it is a challenge rating lower than her own level, which she is level 23 right now. So, I mean... She can do anything. She could fucking shapeshift into a fucking adult dragon. Right now.
everyone run.
Hell, she could... Brace yourself. She could shapeshift into an illithid if she wanted.
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, that's a big no.
We're not.
We're not, but it's on her options. Any creature that is lower, that has a challenge rating lower than her level. Because, of course. Alright, so...
We have our plan.
Yeah!
Now we enact plan.
Yep.
Also, if any of you falls below half of your hit points, immediately abort mission and come back to the cleric.
Yep.
Oh, wait. That's a bit of a problem. I just realized they're both concentration spells. Well, you could sneak, right? Does somebody else have the ability to cast greater invisibility?
Hold that thought.
Let me look.
Billy does not.
I didn't give it to Lily, so let me... Ayana probably doesn't have it.
Well, if it's just on if they're a sorcerer, then you can get a spell scroll of it made, and then they can cast it through that.
Oh, speaking of spell scrolls. We did find 2 spell scrolls while we were down in Chachi's lair. One was heal and one was imprisonment.
What are the details of imprisonment?
Let me check.
Because this could end up working for us.
All right. It is. Let's see. You cast a magical restraint to hold a creature that you can see within range. The target must save on a wisdom save or be bound by the spell. If it succeeds, it is immune. If you cast it is immune. While affected, the creature doesn't need to breathe, eat, or drink, and it doesn't age. Divination spells can't locate or perceive the target. When you cast the spell, you choose one of the following forms of imprisonment: burial, chaining, hedged prison, minimus containment. Ooh. Oof. Slumber. Well, or slumber.
Well, there's one problem with that.
Yeah.
As the spell is, you need a wizard to cast it.
Mm-hmm.
And wizards, we are not.
Yeah. I mean, at least if Lily's a sorcerer, then I can basically give her the scroll of gaseous form and have her cast it on me.
Yeah.
And
Lily is a sorcerer.
Okay, so I can cast Greater Invisibility on Valiant. That'll at least give him a minute, I believe. Yeah, that'll give him up to a minute of being invisible. So we can do that right before we enter, so he gets a minute to sneak past the guards at the hardest part.
And honestly, it wouldn't be difficult to sneak past the guards anyways, because the guards are zombies.
Mm-hmm. But at least then he doesn't realize we're like right when we're at the gate, essentially. Oh, someone's trying to get in.
Yeah.
So we'll have to go up to the wall, cast it, get in, and then sneak our way in. But first, 1, where's the phylactery? 2, is he nearby it?
Sis, you can help me with both of these questions. As I peer through the war goddess's eye and take a look.
Okay. Okay, it has not been moved. It is sitting in the remains of his throne that he is sitting on.
Well, shit.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem.
Hence why I said a distraction was in order.
Yep.
So, I guess 2 teams.
Yep.
Again, team distraction.
Yep.
I can claim Lily for team sneak in.
Okay.
I need you to cast the spell.
Okay. She uses the scroll and casts it on you.
Okay.
And of course, there are still the spirits in there.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Fun.
And I am keeping a close watch on Talamh and making sure everyone can hear me through the link shells.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and everything is good with the spell, with the shells.
All right. So, phase 1, get Talamh out of the throne room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
remember what I said about the hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Half hit points, retreat.
Yeah.
So, as far as team distraction goes, so we've got the rogues and say Lily just cast the spell and doesn't go with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Billy is outside the castle.
And the rest are team distraction.
Yeah.
Yep.
So while the rogues are sneaking through, speaking of sneaking,
Stealth checks.
yeah. I mean, you're gaseous and he's invisible, but still. Only one for the run. Okay, Valion.
23.
Okay. And Valion rolled a 30. All right. All right. So let me double check on his thing. Okay.
It's not that bad.
Okay, and so
Hey, she said that twice and they all lived, okay?
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Y'all obviously slip past the zombies. Y'all are like, they're like, eh. Troutalam does not notice y'all coming into the room.
All right.
So, team distraction?
Team distraction?
Roll for initiative.
Okay, for one, Shule is taking the distraction thing a little too far.
Oh lord, what's she doing?
Should I do poison, frost, fire, lightning? Lightning.
Well, that's one way to go about it.
Oh, don't worry about a thing. This is going to be fun.
You say that and it immediately worries me.
She has realized that she doesn't necessarily have to do a young to be a smaller dragon. And we said distraction, so
Okie dokie.
she is transforming into an adult blue dragon.
I mean, it's a distraction.
Yep. And
Yeah.
she's gonna carry the only one that she's gonna carry the 3 humanoids on her back and just kind of, pardon me for this, Chip, pick him up very gently and basically just fly in. Like, just team distractions going in, guns blazing.
Yeah. Chip is not very happy right now. He's kind of just hanging there limply, like if you've ever seen an elephant roll its eyes.
So yeah, what was I? Oh yeah. She gets it for 3 hours. Not that it'll take 3 hours, but where did, okay, there it is. Come on.
Never.
All right. And all right. So next up on the list, because we've got, hold on. Huge. Okay. Jeez. These are large. All right. Just double checking my size thing. Line everyone up like that. Okay. And put her beside Chip. Alright, so we can now move characters accordingly once where would let's see, I'm gonna say Velion slip it over here. Anahita, where are you gonna we can go ahead and move around the room.
Yeah, I would probably say over here.
Okay. One, two, three, four, five. You know, it would help. I'm gonna mark the ghosts. Do there. All right, and then all right, we got 6 ghosts in the room. 6. All right. Let me tag these. So we can keep track of what is what and where. All right. Now, obviously, because Team Distraction winning guns blazing, initiative time.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Oh, nice.
I don't like that.
All right. Let's see. Candy is... Why? The dice treated her so well last time. Chip?
12.
I'm sorry?
12.
Okay. Philly?
Outside the castle.
Just for posterity. Just in case.
13.
Okay. I am most likely not going to do anything to Philly. I know, that was horrible. Anahita.
21.
Nice. Okay. Lily is 9. Oh, nice. All right. 1. All right. And those are challenge rating 4. Yep. Okay. All right. Now, top of the round is Valion. He's going to this is about where y'all were when crashed through the window.
When Team Distraction showed up.
Yep.
Yep.
So Valion has how much movement? 30 feet. Of course he does. Because that is standard. Okay. He's going to move over there, and that's going to be his turn. Ayana.
Basically doing everything in our power, Team Distraction
Mm-hmm.
doing everything in our power to drag Talamh out of the throne room or away from his throne at the very least.
Yep. While dealing with the ghosts, too.
Yeah.
All right. For one, Ayana is going to cast. Well, that's only 30 feet. Boo. I wish it was long. It would make a lot more sense if it was a longer range than that, but okay. Boo. Okay. Ayana is going to I need to long rest her apparently because
Yeah.
spell slots.
Yeah, Philly was the same way.
Mm-hmm. All right. She is going to. For one, roll an acrobatics check. Okay, yeah. She hops off of Chule and lands right about there. And then she is going to That was about 2 feet. All right. That is within range. 5, 10, 15, 20. She's going to move a little closer and cast Grasping Vine at Talamh. And oh my god! I literally just had it. There it is. And of course, this is a bonus action. So let's see. That is a dexterity saving throw. And his dex save is very poor. Oh yeah, he fails. So the vine grabs him by the ankle and she directs it to drag him towards her. And his strength is horrible too. There you go. He manages to hold on to the arm of his throne and not get dragged too far. He's fighting it. Seriously? All right. But he's moved a little now. And then she's gonna because let's see, Grasping Vine is a concentration spell. Thorn Whip is not. Let me double check. She's gonna actually cast Guiding Bolt.
Fun times.
Yep. At a fairly high level because, of course. We ain't playing.
Didn't say we were.
Like, we ain't playing. And yeah, okay. All right. So that is plus 10. Oh, yeah. A 24 definitely hits him. Oh, sorry, Yuki. I accidentally poked him in near the eye socket.
Ooh.
Oof.
I'll be right back.
Not very hard, but and of course, she doing it at max level does 96 radiant damage. Which is 32. Let's do that. And that's going to be her turn. Next up is Chule, who, with Lily and Candy still on her back, is going to set Chip down before she goes.
Thank goodness for Mio.
Over there and uses her lightning breath because it's a line, not a cone. And it's so much. It's 12d10.
Okay.
Boo, you whore. He rolled a natural 20. The ghost didn't. The ghost in her path didn't. But still takes damage, so 12d10. 78 total. That ghost is toast. Yeah. So, because he passed the save, he only takes 39 damage. Now, that is the pink dot ghost. Where is she? Yeah. Pink dot, however, is dead. Again.
Shocked I am not.
Yep. This is a case of Chule, if it weren't for the fact of who we were going up against, you would be forbidden. And of course, she's all cheeky about it. She's like, haha. Anahita.
Alright. Yeah, can I sneak up to, like, there?
Yeah.
have to roll for stealth.
No.
Okay. Since I'm assuming we're still under an hour, so I'm still missed.
Yes. Alright.
Actually, I can move again. That occurs to me. Right?
Yeah, you can double move.
You're a rogue.
Nope. I can move like 10 feet. So never mind. That is like my double move.
Okay.
Mist is slow. That's the only disadvantage to this is I'm super slow.
Alright. So that's your turn, I'm guessing.
Yep.
It is Chadullam's turn.
Shit.
It's fine.
Alright. Me. What level is greater invisibility?
Greater invisibility is... Level 4.
Alright, and gaseous form is...
Gaseous form is 3rd level.
Okay.
Oh no.
Because unfortunately he noticed you. Yeah. He's gonna cast Dispel Magic at you. You are no longer gas.
Okay. Alas.
Yep. Alright. Fortunately, that is his turn. Because he rolled a natural 1 to try and get free of the grasping vine. So, he's like, get off me! And he's like, no. Oh my god. Okay, and it is Blue Dot. So, ghosts have how much movement? They can fly 40 feet. Alright. Fortunately, Valion is still invisible. And Trottleum can only sense one spell effect, and what he sensed was yours. Was the gaseous form. So. Aha! Me The green square that I just added is the throne.
Even better.
That way we know exactly where it is. I forgot to put it on there like a dumb. All right. So the ghost is going to. This ghost is going to run up, float up to you rather.
All right.
And I need a charisma saving throw.
Charisma? Okay. 17.
You are not possessed.
Thank goodness. It's one of the reasons I hate going up against ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Unfortunately, it can only do one thing. Okay. Philly, want to say anything or check in on the party? Be like,
She can see what's going on.
yeah.
He just sends up a reminder to Ayana, because she's the one who has the link shell.
Mm-hmm.
Get him away from the throne.
Working on it.
As far as possible.
Working on it.
Oh, and don't let him use power word kill.
We'll try. Alright. This ghost is going to fly over to Chip. And rolled a natural 20 on Withering Touch.
Oh no!
So, 17 times 2 is... I have no idea why my phone is behaving like this.
It's 17 times 2?
34.
34.
34 damage.
Necrotic damage, yeah. And my tag on your temporaries is for Chip is correct, right? For what he started out with?
He's got 15 left.
Okay. All right, updating that. Thank God for temporary hit points, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of, it's Chip's turn.
I'm gonna ram him.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. Going to gore attack.
Uh-huh.
And that's a +8 to hit, so that's a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
And that's 19 piercing damage.
All right. All right. And that's all Chip can do?
Yeah.
All right. Green dot is going to come up to Anahita and attempt and fail a withering touch. Purple dot. It's going to fly over to the dragon, but attempt to possess Lily. And fails miserably. Right, that is a dead ghost. Lily is going to probably fucking cast Chain Lightning. Yeah, she's going to cast Chain Lightning. And that hits. Well, actually, Chain Lightning won't really do anything. She's going to cast Chaos Bolt, actually.
Chaos Bolt is fun.
Oh, yeah. This we can all attest to. Okay. Between 6. Well, it'll hit the ghost. Won't hit Trotalon, but... Alright. Alright. She's gonna do psychic damage. Because roll the dice. And does a grand total of 13 on... Let's see. She's gonna hit green dot. Basically drawing its attention. And that is her turn. Speaking of... Oh, it's Candy's turn. Candy is going to Hidden Paths. over here. If I'm not mistaken, she also has Grasping Vine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I remember correctly, I gave her Grasping Vine too.
You did.
Actually, it did not.
Oh.
Candy does
Never
not.
mind then.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a fun spell. Okay, she's gonna cast Reverse Gravity.
Reverse gravity?
Reverse Gravity. It is a concentration spell that reverses gravity in a 50-foot radius, 100-foot high cylinder. And he may be restrained, but he is not anchored to the ground. So, I have him roll a dexterity save. Boo. Well, actually, with disadvantage because he is being held by that. He is being held by the vine, so has a little bit of disadvantage with dexterity saves, and this time he fails. So he gets the gravity in the cylinder around him, and Candy can move the Okay, let's see. Let's just say that the throne room is 100 feet tall. That this room is 100 feet tall.
Okay.
Let me... He's about to get yeeted. Alright. 1d6 for each. For every 10 feet. So, yeah. That's 10d6. This is gonna be nice. Boo!
Not so nice.
34. And that snapped Ayana's vine. It still is present because it's a concentration spell.
Mm-hmm.
But it's no longer attached to his leg. And he is now prone on the ceiling. Go Candy. I would say he's pretty far away from the throne now. And actually, she has 2 actions. It's only a bonus action to dispel it. She is not happy with him, resolutely. So, yeah. She, before the end of her turn, she dispels that and is like, okay, goodbye. And basically drops him.
That's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, it did 42 damage. Which was all that he had left. So it is now a ghost's turn. Because unfortunately they are still around.
Billy is still keeping her scrying eye on the body of Talamh.
Oh yeah. Alright. Well, boo. Well, actually, where did her page go? I'm gonna just expend a luck point and re-roll that. Yeah.
Good idea.
That's good. She is not possessed. These ghosts are bound and determined to try and possess. Okay, Valion, still invisible, is going to just yoink over here and frustratedly mutter into the link shell that he has that the fucking throne is locked. Fortunately, he has lockpicks. And he rolled a 25.
Yeah, I think.
Like, he's like, this is so inconvenient, click. And he grabs.
So inconvenient. Like, never mind.
He's like, oh, I had to pull out my lockpicks and. And he just snatches the phylactery out of there. And.
I give him my exact coordinates. Oh, exact location.
Yep. Hold on.
My kingdom for a dimension door.
Pretty sure I used that. Yep.
Well. Let's see. Plane shift does not. Misty stuff, no. Alright, Lily has access to it, but it's not in her prepared list, so boo.
Yeah. We're doing this the slow way then.
Yep. Let me see. Alright. Now that he has that, he's going to double move and be like, I got it, I'm leaving. And let's see. Ba, 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 ba. Yuki. Bud. Because unfortunately we do still have the fucking ghosts to deal with.
Yeah.
Because Already got that. And levels up. Give me just one moment to get this really quick taken care of. Okay. She now can wild shape as many fucking times as she wants. And that ups her. All right. Give me just a moment. Oh, there it is. All right. All right. Yeah, Candy, after dropping Trottalom like that, she's just like, mmm. And all right. So while we were dealing with that, Ayana, well, Valiana is trying to flee. Get out of there. Ayana is going to cast Sacred Flame several times because, one, cantrip, and two, she has 2 actions. She actually has 3 actions. So. And that is a dexterity save. And absolutely none of them pass because I put the wrong number in. So she's hitting the one that's right on her, and both of the ones that are messing with Anahita. Because sacred flame. 38. Okay. So that is, let's see, red dot. And then green dot is 13. And blue dot. What is their constitution? +0. All right, one of them is expelled. One of the ones that's on Anahita, at least.
I'll take that.
Yep. All right. All right. Is there a train?
Yeah, I live near a train track. So train tracks.
Hey, I mean, so do we.
Yep.
And mine does freight, so you get them at all times.
All right. So that is Ayana's turn. Now it is Chule's turn. And she is going to I hate adult dragons. I love adult dragons so much. Oh yeah. There's no limit to how many creatures. So she's going to use Frightening Presence and make all 4 of these ghosts. Do a wisdom saving throw. And 2 of them pass. But the ones that fail blue. are gonna... Wait. Oh, I deleted the wrong one. So I'm just gonna... those. It was green that died, not blue. All right. And it is actually going to completely flee. And gets, you get a attack of opportunity.
Okie dokie. That's not great. That's a 18 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
For a grand total of 7 regular damage and 1 acid.
All right. And you also get another attack of opportunity on the red dot.
Okay.
I know it's a reaction, and you get 1 reaction per round, but I don't care.
That's a nat 20.
Oh, nice! Roll that damage.
Oh, sweet. Alright, so that'll be 14 regular damage and 4 acid.
All right. And it is just trying to flee. So. Because it is terrified of this dragon suddenly. And do I care that ghosts are technically immune to being frightened? No. No, I do not. Because I am the DM, I make the rules. Alright, so that is Chule's turn. She's just like, Anahita, it is your turn.
Okay. Yeah, well, dagger at the 2 retreating ghosts there.
All right. Well, the blue one phased through the wall, so he's gone.
Okay. Well then, just that Mr. Red then.
Yeah. He had enough movement to completely flee the room.
It's not a good day for Mr. Red. I just rolled another natural 20.
Oh. Oof.
I didn't roll as good, but... So that's 8 regular damage and 8 acid.
Oh, honey.
Then, if he's still alive...
He is still alive.
The other one is a 16 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, that's better. For 10 acid. Sorry, not 10 acid. 10 regular and 3 acid.
Nice. He is dead. He just kind of fizzles out. Anything else?
I think I'm I'm just gonna stay there because.
All right. And because it's still in, because the phylactery is still in the room, Talamh stirs.
Alert them.
Doesn't fully move and wake up, but he is moving, and we're just like, yeah. I mean, it's definitely your turn. So, yeah.
Get out,
Hey,
get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
he's moving. He's moving. All right.
That's fine.
All right. All right. I need a wisdom save from Chip.
Wisdom save, you say?
Wisdom save.
All right. Oh, thank God. Okay, that's a 19.
Okay. Yes. Chip is not frightened. As the ghost kind of like, does the thing that creatures in movies do, where they start off looking pretty and then all of a sudden they're
Chip just stares at him. And gores him.
Yeah, because it's his turn now.
And that is another natural 19. So
nice.
19 plus 8.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another 19 points of damage, and I'm going to try and throw him with that gore attack.
All right.
Strength versus strength, I guess.
Just roll a strength check.
Okay, 17. Damn.
No?
That made it?
Well, the ghost doesn't get thrown very far because it's an incorporeal creature, but it is forced back a little.
Enough to where it's no longer melee range?
Yes.
Then he's literally gonna turn tail and run.
All right. Barrel through the... Roll me a strength check to bust open the doors.
21.
Oh, yeah. Chip just busts through the doors and... possibly trumpets and flees.
Yeah, I heard Mama say. I heard Mama say run away.
Yep.
Mama say.
Yep. Now, this ghost is going to try Withering Touch on the dragon because it's a dumb. You'd have to roll a natural. These things would have to roll like a natural 20 to hit a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
Like, it misses. And she's like, was that supposed to do anything? Lily is going to no, she's not going to do that. She's going to do this one. She's going to cast Ice Storm. And well, yeah. No. Okay, yes. Alright, and they need to make a dexterity save. What is Lily's DC? That is 76. 78. For 19 points of damage. Where is it? Oh, there it is. All right. And that's going to be her turn. Candy is going to Hidden Paths over to Anahita.
Alright.
And of course, because Valion didn't have the phylactery on him when he was turned invisible, I'm going to say that this thing is now like floating.
So we getting out now?
Yeah, she's going to cast Hidden Paths again and grab Anahita. Like, just grab you by the shoulder and basically yeet you both out in the hall into the hallway because the door is standing wide open now. She can see out the hallway. She's like, bloop. Druid teleporting.
I'm going to show that the barrier we put up at the beginning is still up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like, the ghost can't follow. And neither can Talamh.
I mean, we put it outside the castle, not necessarily outside the throne room.
Yeah. But they can't leave the castle.
Right.
Alright. Velion is going to also leave the room. And Ayana is going to oh yeah. She's gonna double move and climb up onto Chule's back. Like, let's get out of here, babe. And Chule is going to make 2 claw attacks at the ghost and in front of her, and then leave. 15, 10. Well, she's also going to have to bite it. Boop. Oh, yeah, that definitely hits. 18 and 2. Okay. Yep. And she claws and bites it out of existence before she just kind of flies out. Boom. And it is now Anahita's turn. Continue leaving the castle.
Yep.
Alright, at disadvantage because the phylactery is now out of the room. Talamh does not stir anymore. Still alive, but still alive again, but as we're fleeing, this ghost does follow out of the room. The last ghost does follow. And, like a dumb, tries to attack Chip. And misses because, wow. Chip focusing on getting out of there? Or gonna turn and be like, bitch?
Yeah, not with that attitude. I'm gonna roll again. Okay, natural 19.
What is it with Chip and the 19s?
It's this die. I don't know what it is. 19 points of damage.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like rolling.
Well, your base damage is gonna kill it, so.
And I'm gonna continue running.
Yep. I mean, the only thing left is Talamh.
And he ain't moving.
Nope. And by the time we're out of the castle, he is. By the time he actually gets up off his ass and tries to chase after us to get his phylactery back, we're gone.
We're outside the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
And okay. Any ideas on how to destroy this thing?
You're a cleric.
Oh, you're right, I am. I cast.
Like, you're a cleric.
You know what? I'm not going to use it for anything else. I'm going to cast level 9 guiding bolt on it.
All right. I mean, go ahead and roll the attack.
27 to hit.
Oh, yes.
And that's 12d6 radiant damage. You know what? I'm going to do it by hand.
Because, yeah.
12, 4.
I mean, this is just for posterity. It's going to be incinerated with this, but...
12. That is a lot of ones. I mean, it's only 2 1s, but. Uh, 29 points of radiant damage.
Yeah, it gets blasted out of existence. And we hear a really loud kind of grating on the ears. Not quite nails on chalkboard kind of grating, but almost there.
Howl of agony.
Yes. Coming from inside the castle. We have officially
committed
kill. Well, in our defense, he did try to kill us.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. Well.
So, what now?
We take you back to, we apologize to the city for killing their ruler, shitty as he was, and take you back to the temple.
Something tells me they're not going to miss him much.
It's still the polite thing to apologize. Sorry your leader tried to kill us, so we had to kill him.
I mean, I guess if we have to, I think it's overrated, but...
It's the polite... the argument would be, it's the polite thing. And also, we're just also like... And we could take Lily home.
Yeah.
And she's just kind of like, there's not going to be a home for me to go back to.
You could stay here.
You see this nice-looking older couple approaching the castle.
Okay.
And one of them is a older-looking human, and he approaches all of you. Let me give you a hug. And he goes around hugging everyone.
Including the dragon?
Including the dragon.
She's like, why am I being touched?
The older woman is carrying a tray of sweet buns. You must be starving. Here, have some. They're our family specialty.
Thank you.
I think I'm fine.
Billy takes one, takes a bite. Oh, goddess, it's amazing! And she just wolfed it down. You guys have to try it. Like, even Chip takes one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still good.
Well, at least take one for the road. as a token of our gratitude. That old bastard has tormented our family for years.
Alright, well...
Ever since our daughter fell in love with his son.
I'm sorry, you what?
Our daughter. And the older man pipes in. Elwyn Oceanridge was such a good lad.
Yes.
He loved her.
Yes, he was.
He loved our daughter dearly. They had a son together. Unfortunately, things only got worse from there. That old bastard banished Elwyn for offending him and sentenced our dear grandson to death.
As far as we know, he's still alive, though.
So we have come to understand.
Elwyn, on the other hand.
Oh. That story is much the same with our daughter. But at least they'll be together again. Please, do try my wife's buns. They are, as we said, the family specialty.
Buns. I'm sorry. I have a dirty mind.
Does this help?
Like, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I'm just dirty mind.
And do find our grandson and take good care of him.
We'll try.
Tell him his Nonna and Papa say hello.
This is so sweet. I'm like getting diabetes from it. And I think this is as good a part as place as any to stop. It is getting late.
Yeah. That went better than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I keep panicking about this, and I'm just like, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a lich. It's
fine. It's fine.
It'll be fine.
I mean, it's just a creature with spells that include power word kill and, you know, legendary actions, lair actions, and...
Yeah, and he never got a chance to use any of them because he wasted his turn using Dispel magic.
Well, he still could have taken his legendary action.
Yeah. I was too lazy to look at what the legendary actions were.
Okay, I'm gonna head to bed.
Yeah.
All right, good night.
Good night. Pace.